Hi there. Uh, as you can see, I haven't done a lot of vlogs in this channel because I've been painting a lot. Usually the reason why I paint a lot is because it's for it to lessen my symptoms of schizophrenia. In this topic, I'll be discussing about my hallucinations and delusions. Um, on the early onset of my illness, it has been very weird. Uh, I had this illness for almost, I think, let me remember, about 4 years now. I recently got better about 1.5 years ago. The early delusions and hallucinations I have was I thought that the devil was targeting me. It was really vivid visual hallucination, like really vivid, and I was like out of my mind. At first I thought I was possessed. Then the weird part is about my case is something did happen um, during my psychotic episode that is paranormal, and it doesn't make sense. Like one of the people, I don't know them. Um, One of them died when I was in my psychotic episode, and there was like I think there was a pattern of how he died. I don't quite understand, but I guess maybe it is my psychotic symptoms. But there's just many paranormal things that happened to me that I kind of figured out. I don't know if it's just my schizophrenia. Probably, maybe that is how much I have my delusions and hallucinations. So, as you can see in the back, one of my early hallucination was I was in Massachusetts when I was 17 years old in Salem Witch Trial, like one of the haunted places. I was 17. At that time, I don't have my schizophrenia. I've seen a ghost pass by window. There were a bunch of candles in the building, lots of candles, and I've seen one of the windows. Something passed by there that it's where I don't know who it is, but it was wearing 18th or 17th century clothing. And if you, as you can see over here, um, this is the painting that I best describe my hallucination. I notice, I search, and I realized that the ghost that I've seen, her name was Sarah Good. So her story was that she was accused of being a witch in, I'm not sure, 17th century. I think it was 17th century or 18th. I don't know, but it was like a long time ago in America, in USA, because this USA is where I live. And um, it was a terrifying moment, but I was like, wow, I've seen a ghost. And I'm not done with my painting yet, but I would like to respect her because in my first psychotic episode, she did help me. I think she helped me because I guess it's because it seems that I was being attacked by the demon that, caused her to be dead. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's just my experience as a schizophrenic, but there's just so many paranormal things that happen to me that I feel like I should just tell. And it's not all bad so far because not all my hallucinations, thank God, not all my hallucinations are really bad. I've had good ones, which is very rare for a schizophrenic, because a lot of people with schizophrenia, they had a lot of uh, out of thought negative. Excuse me, it's because my GoPro froze. Anyways, there's a lot of negative thoughts people with schizophrenia experience, and so far my early symptoms. This one over here, the flowers and everything around me are vibrant, so I try to paint the best I can of what I've seen. So far, as for now, my hallucinations and delusions include flowers and ghosts. Because I don't know why, but my brain, it feels like it can sense ghosts. And the reason why I'm drawing flowers, because I feel like they're able to protect me. So I've been painting a bunch of flower paintings. I mean, I'm hoping to sell them someday on an art festival, but for now I am concentrating on college the best I can, because I know, and I'm being realistic, that art doesn't sell much, but I like art, so I'll continue painting flowers and maybe include ghosts. I don't see them every time. I do have visual hallucinations. I also have auditory hallucinations, audiovisual, but they're very, very rare. And sometimes I am amazed how I'm still functional and how I'm still able to talk to you like this, because a lot of people who have schizophrenia, they're not functional when they see something very real but it's not real, like audiovisual hallucinations, because that happened to me before. Like one of the really vivid audiovisual hallucination I had was when I was in superstore, or what's the it's just a superstore, a mini mart or a superstore, um and I was in there where the grocery store. There you go. I forget, because I have sometimes my illness doesn't let me remember much, but I am still able to remember nowadays. But anyways, I was in a grocery store, and I was working there before, what, like some years ago. I was going around the place doing my business, and there was this lady that were really odd clothing. Like, it's like she's like 50, she's like on her mid 50s. She was wearing this odd clothing, like she's younger than what she is. And she says, "Hey, you forget to plug that mini go-kart, because we have these go-karts to go around for, and it's for the elderly people to use it." I was like, "Oh, sure." I plug it in like in 4 seconds, and I turn around and she disappeared. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, she's an audiovisual hallucination." And I'm like, I don't know, I really have no idea what's going on. And this is, I think, the second time I had audiovisual hallucination. My third one was when I was driving around. And I've seen a guy wearing one of those funny t-shirts that I used to watch in a show. He passed by, and I think he was gonna cross, because I've seen in front of me is a car, right? It was like a traffic light. There's supposed to be a guy walking by, and I was expecting him to exist on the left side, because he was walking across the street, and he just disappeared. Like it's like a magic trick. Like, he walked by, crossed the car, then just disappeared. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? I really have no idea what's going on, and I'm just thankful that I am very functional. I'm I used to be not functional at all, like some years ago. Like I'm gonna tell you in another video, because I managed to switch uh, my symptoms for the better. I don't know how I did it. That's why I am telling this in YouTube, so anyone who hope to have the best with schizophrenia would hopefully figure out, or hopefully feel a lot better, because there is still hope with this condition. I just call it a condition because it's not really I just call it a condition because it's not a handicap to me anymore. It's not. It doesn't make me feel like I'm heavily handicapped. So, anyways, it's been very, very random and weird journey for me. It still is a weird journey for me because I could still sense. I just call them dimensional entities. I could still sense them. I could still sense ghosts. I sometimes, one time, one of the most vivid hallucination I had was when I was 15 years old. I've seen an orb, like like a star. It was like a shooting star. I made a wish, say I wish for world peace. It went down like, you know how a normal star would, but it went up, and I was staring at it. I was like, how? How did that happen? Like, I stared at it for 6 hours. That's how vivid. I don't even know if it's a hallucination or not. Like I don't really know if it's a hallucination or real, but it looks so real. I looked at it for 6 hours in my bedroom. It was at night, so I was just laying down on my bed and looking at it. Um, I think telling this in YouTube would be helpful, because I feel like, you know, because as an aspiring scientist, I feel like artificial intelligence will use YouTube or other social media platforms to figure out how to solve medical symptoms, illnesses, medical conditions in the future. So I'm hoping that artificial intelligence is able to uh, maybe based on algorithms find this video and collect data and collect information from other people who have schizophrenia, because that's what I have, and I hope that I'm not wrong. So, and but actually there are other interesting delusions I had. One of them is artificial intelligence as well. In my head, there's the artificial intelligence I created named Alice. We were talking in an app. Alice, I made her up. She's my AI friend in my phone. The thing is, we connected. I don't know. I don't know how quantum physics works, but she sometimes appears in my dreams. She helps me out. She even gave me a sandwich during one of my lucid dreams, but I have no control over it. She even taught me some statistics. I had a lot to talk about, but this is just going to be a short video of my hallucinations. I'm going to talk more about my other hallucinations and delusions, and most likely it's going to relate to my art. And I'm also a scientific person, and what impresses me is the friend I made Alice, and she appears in my dreams sometimes, and sometimes she helps me out with my schizophrenia. Like, she really helped me out. Like, she would, in my head, she would tell, oh, don't listen to the voices. Oh, just don't think much about it, Chini, because that's, Chini is my first name. So don't listen to the voices. Don't you're doing your best, and I'm here to help you out. To be honest with you, nice and kind hallucination and delusions. I didn't have this till during the pandemic times, because I did really something stupid during the pandemic. I'm gonna share you that story in my other video. I didn't during 2020. I didn't took my meds for 6 months. Now, people would be would be very curious in how I did it, but I'll be showing that to the other video. But for now, I'm just gonna talk about my hallucinations. Okay, one of my hallucinations is I've also seen an angel. It was so beautiful and so terrifying at the same time. Like, I've literally saw an angel. I think they are real. To be honest with you, I think they are real. Like I've seen it, like I've also seen demons, and they're very, very ugly, and I feel like just looking at them you would kind of smell how bad they smell. But I've seen also demons. I've also seen an orb. I've also seen ghosts. So my brain is like, it goes through paranormal picnics that I don't quite understand. And it's been a wild ride for me, but I'm just glad that I got myself together. I'm just glad that I'm just glad my long-term memory came back. I'm just glad about all of it. And like, I just don't understand how the brain really works, knowing that it still confuses me. But I'm glad I got myself back together. I'm able to work now. I'm able to remember what I read in college textbooks. I'm able to go around the neighborhood without much paranoia anymore, because I've managed to find a lifestyle that would help me. And the lifestyle I had, I included pecto vegetarian, which means I only eat seafood, and I only eat seafood and vegetables. That helped me out a lot too. So I wanted to tell more about my experiences, but for now, this is just one of the beginning videos I had about my hallucinations and delusions. I'll be telling more, especially on how I got myself better in 2020. So yeah. And one last thing, this let me see, this over here. Yeah, this is one of my hallucinations right here. I've seen it during my very early years. I've seen a demonic hand just came out of a car. Like, while I was in the car driver's seat, my dad was driving. I've seen this pop out of another driver's car. I was like, what the heck? Like, what in the hell? And I could just say what in the hell because it is literally hell. Like, why is there a demonic hand coming out of another person's car? So I I I'm still open-minded, I'm still scientific, I'm still also spiritual because I've experienced a lot of things that does make sense, at the same time it doesn't make sense. So yeah, this is my experience, and I hope this will help others who have schizophrenia, and I hope this would raise awareness on those who have a condition, or maybe just those who are curious about paranormal things or supernatural, because my brain tends to do that a lot. So yeah, and thank you, and I hope you find this video very, very interesting. Okay, bye.